Hi, I'm Jeff Maltz. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Silveride. We're a transportation accompaniment and socialization company focused on the senior market. So we do anything to help seniors get out of the house, enjoy their life, meet other people, and really connect with their community as they age. I got into the market just recognizing the need for people to socialize. There are statistics. A lot of times people think of senior transportation as basically going to the doctor. But what happens is statistics show that when people stop driving, it's true, going to the doctor drops by 10%, but what really drops is they go to socialization activities 70% less. That's seeing friends and family, that's going to religious services, and is doing things that are fun in their lives that really kind of stimulate you and lead to a high quality of life. So my partner, Susan Steiner-Saul, who is the president of the company, started Silveride to really help the socialization problem. Of course, we help the medical transportation issue, but that always leads to the social cause, so to speak. I heard about the Boomer Summit. We actually proactively came to the Boomer Summit. We'd heard a lot about Mary through various sources, and while we were here, we met with her. She was really excited about what we were doing. She had seen transportation, social transportation is a big issue, and so from there, we just have connected pretty often just to talk about the market space, what we can do together. And Mary is actually just an incredible connector and visionary in terms of where things are going. And so she's helped us a lot to think about certain things, but also by participating in these summits, we get to meet a lot of other people who are doing interesting things in this space that help. For us right now, it's more from a partnership standpoint and an understanding the landscape a little bit better from a directional standpoint than it is for raising money. But at some point after we pass our proof of concept stage and really expand in the local market, when we look at expanding nationally to 10, 20 locations at a time, we might need venture funding or other sources of funding, and the people we've met through Mary here will be very important for that. So as I'd said, we started the company to help more the socialization piece for company, to help for people, to help people who are isolated really get out and live fun, productive, high quality lives. And you know, when you get started, you have a smaller client base, so we weren't really able to have as many people to match up to go do things together. But a big focus of ours right now is what we call our signature event series. So this is where we plan events that 20 to 40 or 50 seniors can attend, where multiple people ride in the cars, which helps to reduce the cost. We go to fun events that are current events, so they can brag to their friends, or things that they're reading about in the paper, they actually have access to while they're still hot, so to speak. And you know, it's full accompaniment by Silveride, so we make sure that, so not only do we take them there, but we attend the event with them. Yeah, I mean, that was always our original intent. But what happens is, because we're kind of creating a new market segment, so traditionally people think of transportation as getting to the doctor. The way we look at it is that getting out is a far more involved process. So you need somebody who can go into your house, help you get your things together, help you from your house, maybe down some stairs, into the car, from the car inside where you're going. You might need somebody to wait with you wherever you go. You might want to have somebody help you go for a walk in the park, have somebody help plan events for you, have somebody help run errands with you for a while. So there's a multitude of different things that you need to do when you start thinking of things from a social transportation standpoint, not just going to the doctor. And so we've built up that infrastructure, and around the country, at least as far as we've seen, there aren't any private companies that are focused on that area. There are some volunteer organizations and some hybrid volunteer private blends. But the problem with that is that you don't have the reliability, they don't have the accompaniment piece, and then another big piece of what we do is communicating with the sphere of people who work with the senior. So, you know, the adult children, family, friends, care managers, senior communities, whoever it is, we can work with them to help plan for this person's outing, along with the senior themselves. But then after they're out, we can talk about it afterwards. So we can give feedback back to the people who are caring for the seniors. And so that's really hard for a volunteer kind of organization to do. And so if you're a fiduciary, a conservator, even an adult child, you want to use an organization where they're in a way liable for, letting you know what happened while they were out with your mom. And so that's what we do really well too. And so again, what we did is we launched in San Francisco and really learned about the market segments, proved that people are willing to pay for these kinds of things. We understand, there's a stratification. So there are people who they just want to drop off in a pickup from a very reliable, safe company, to a person who has major physical and mental issues where they have other people caring for them, and you work together to plan for a 3 or 4 hour outing with these people that really helps improve their lives, but it's a very complicated process. And then you kind of have people in the middle who, they go out, they want you to be with them, they're going out for 2 or 3 hours to run errands. So there's kind of a stratification of services. So it's taken us a while to figure out, what that is. We initially started it off as kind of a ride club where people would pay one amount and have unlimited rides to go do what they wanted to do, or maybe some levels there. But what we found was that based on the physical and mental and just social situation of many people, they had such a vast variety of needs, you couldn't just pay one monthly amount. Because if someone needs to go out for 4 hours each time, 3 or 4 times a week, it's going to be a lot more expensive to do that than for somebody who just needs to drop off and pick up maybe 6 times a week. And so we kind of had to figure out what the stratification points were so we knew how to price it. Excuse me. So we're now moving to a monthly package model where people can pay a monthly package based on their type of need, which we now understand that we didn't understand back then. So the interesting part of this is we've kind of come full circle. So we're now back to, in a lot of ways, this ride club model where people can pay a monthly price and have service that's tailored to their needs.
Great. Nothing.
Absolutely. I think it's something that everyone should try to do as you're entering the space. It's a good way to get exposure. It's a good way to get money. And people in the space really are looking out to help people, and people who put business plans together to help the elderly and people in need of this situation kind of have a common bond. And so by coming to a summit like this, you get to meet other people of like minds. And I think that that's a worthy exercise for everyone. And certainly for us, it's been immensely helpful to meet the people that we've met, particularly Mary, who's really just an enormous benefit.